This is Arts Alive. I'm Lynda Philippi. My guests today are Joey Richmond, Ali Pope, and Joyce Parmeter, and they're here from the Art Conspiracy. And I'm very much looking forward to chatting with these ladies. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to start, Joey, and maybe tell us a little bit about the background of Art Conspiracy?
Well, we like to call the Art Conspiracy the best kept secret of Yamhill County.
Okay.
It started in 1998 when Monica Setziel Phillips called 4 of her friends over, invited us over for tea and cookies, and asked what we thought the community needed. And this was, of course, a time when the arts budgets in all the schools were being slashed because the economic situation was going very badly. So we decided that what the community needed was a summer arts program for kids where they could go for 2 weeks, work in a very small classroom for 2.5 hours at a time, and work with working artists or art teachers. And it took us a year to put the whole program together, but we did the first one in 1999. We had 39 students and 9 classes, and we just completed our 16th one at Willamina. And we had 85 students and
Wow.
I think 15 teachers, 14 classes, something like that.
Yes.
And this program is, it rotates for every 2 years. So we've just finished our 2nd year at Willamina, and we'll be rotating back to Amity. And after we've been at Amity a couple of years, we'll move to Sheridan. I did a little calculating, and it turns out that we've probably had over 1,500, almost 2,000 students. So,
Wow.
So it's been a pretty successful program. It depends entirely on the cooperation of the schools, because they let us use their high school for the first 2 weeks of the program. And it's been pretty successful, I would say. We've been pretty happy with how things have gone.
And so you're a board member who's been with the program from the very
From
beginning.
the very beginning, I'm the last one.
Okay. And then do you also teach some of the art classes?
No, I do. I teach drawing. I've been teaching drawing for some time, but I'm actually a secretary at Amity Elementary School.
Okay.
So that kind of gives us, that's one of the important parts of the program, is that somebody is, that the board members are part of the school district. It makes it much easier. For a long time, we weren't able to take our program to Willamina, and then Joyce joined the board, and we went to Willamina.
Oh,
so,
perfect. Okay.
So we were able to add that because of her connection with the school district.
And you teach in Willamina, or did?
Yes, I taught middle school art there for many, many years and retired in '04, at which point I joined the Art Conspiracy, and have been with it since then.
And is that primarily what your role is teaching in the summer, or do you work all year round?
I've been with the board, and we really are. We're very, very strictly a working board. And with that in mind, it came up to be my turn to be the chairperson. So I am chairing the board for this period of time. Joey did her stint, and other people will do their stint. So during this time, I've been sort of keeping things going and organizing classes. Joey's been teaching at the West Valley Community Campus, and we just finished our 2-week program. So we had 18 classes, 14 different teachers, and many different areas. I mean, we had several new areas this year. Taiko drumming was a happy addition, I thought, and we were able to get choir again, which was really lovely. We had cigar box ukuleles.
Oh, how fun!
And we were able to get a grant to pay for the kits so that the students didn't have to pay more, because that's another part that we're always very concerned. We try to keep our price low, affordable.
So it's a fee-based program, but then you have scholarships as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
it is a fee-based program, but we had, like this year we had, of those students that we had 17 that were financial aid that we provided, but that doesn't begin to account for the Confederated Tribes provided scholarship money for students. Tina Miller Center in Willamina provided scholarship money. The Wildwood Hotel.
So you're always
Other
soliciting
people, Hudson.
support.
Well,
yes,
yes.
we have tremendous local support.
Okay, great.
And individual donors. We have the donors that might just give $10 a time, but they do it 4 times a year.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice.
And then we have our major donors, where we through the Oregon Cultural Trust.
Oh, okay.
So we're part of that. And we have received grants from Yamhill County Cultural Coalition and have worked with them. They provided a grant for us to enlarge our program by finishing a room at the West Valley Community
Wow,
Campus.
that's great. Okay.
So we, you know, we do our 2-week summer program is the heart and soul of our program. But Joey teaching drawing every week at the local community center is also very important.
Sure.
And we have requests for other classes, and we're trying to build that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Keep it going all the time. So
there's always something. And Allie, I know that you have just completed an internship. You want to tell me a little bit what it was like to go from being a student to being an intern?
Sure. So I was a student for 3 years, and during those 3 years, I found that there was a variety of classes to take, and every single class that I took, the teachers were very encouraging and very uplifting with helping students just to become the best they could possibly be. And then as an intern, I got to take on the responsibility of teaching a little bit. I interned for the basketry class my first year.
Oh, wow.
And I have never done basketry before then. So learning how to do basketry and teaching kids was a great experience. From then, I interned just kind of in our general office area the next year, and basketry on top of that. So it was learning, you know, kind of the ins and outs of the administrative system with the Art Conspiracy and helping things run smoothly, getting kids lunch. And then this year, just full day administrative intern, and I think that's actually been the most enjoyable. I've had a lot of great responsibilities with that, and I love working with the program.
That's wonderful. So it was just a lot of fun to go from being a student to all of a sudden, I'm one of the movers and shakers now.
Yes, definitely.
On the other end. No, so when the kids come into the program, do they choose one class to work on for their 2 weeks?
When we send out our registration form in early May, all the 18 classes are listed there. They list their first, second, and third choices. And then it comes into registration, at which point we fill the classes, and as it fills, then they go to their subsequent
choices.
So they choose one morning class for 2.5 hours and one afternoon class.
Okay, so they're really going all day.
All day.
And I've talked to any number of students, and the major problem that they have is they don't know whether they want to stay with what they love and get really good at it, or whether they're so, you know, there's smorgasbord out there that they can choose from. So it's a hard choice. They have to make that choice.
When we put on our exhibit performance, you can see the kids cruising around going, oh, I want to take that class.
Yes.
Or they watch the taiko drummers or whatever, they're going, oh, I'm going to take that class. You know, they're like shopping. But for us, it's like Christmas. You know, all this secret stuff has been going on, and then it's all laid out in the exhibit performance.
So at the end of the 2 weeks, you do a big performance, and the parents come, and the grandparents come, and
as a teacher, it's really quite. I've had in printmaking, the students will come back again and again. I've had students for as many as 6 years in a row.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, and you sort of think at the end of that, oh, how am I going to teach this class without having so and so there? But you know, but I get the students that come in for just 1 year, and then they go on and try something else.
Sure.
And they've had that experience. But there's a really, I mean, like the little girl that did this shirt.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Lexi Whittington. This was a product from last year's class, and she has taken printmaking 4 times.
Wow.
So, I mean, and it shows, you know, that quality
Well, it's kind of nice to, I mean, some kids want just, like, as you say, the smorgasbord, do a sample of everything, and some kids really find their passion right away, you know.
But I kind of did the smorgasbord deal. I ended up taking Joyce's class my second year and absolutely loved it. I've also taken just drawing, architecture, manga, watercolor.
Oh, wow.
A lot of different classes. And I'm actually, with architecture, I decided to stick with that, and that's what I'm going to go to college for. So,
really?
So this program helped me find really what I want to do, and I'm really thankful for that.
I think that's absolutely wonderful. That's great.
My daughter is very much saying she got interested in photography through the Art Conspiracy, and now she's a photographer. She has a business down in Sacramento. So
isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. So you know, and that's really what we're hoping, is that some kids will find you know,
A passion.
A passion.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's opened up doors in music for so many students. I have watched some of those students in John Har's guitar class. They just get better and better, and they love it. They wait for him to come out for those 2 weeks so they
Oh,
can,
fun.
you know, it's really pretty special. I
So, and
think.
you do it almost as soon as school's out.
Right after school's out.
So probably because that's easier on the building,
Yes,
the
it's
district.
easier on
Yeah,
the
custodians don't like us.
Yeah. Oh.
Custodians
Our
want us.
custodians love this.
Yes, they do.
But I mean, because you,
They have to wait. Yeah, they have
to do the big chores,
Right.
paint or whatever. and-
Right, we need.
Right.
Well, we usually need like 9 classrooms and the stage and the music
Right.
room, and so they're very patient with us for those 2 weeks.
Yeah,
But-
and this year the custodians were a little bit anxious for us to leave because the Oregon Crusaders had been in the building. They had taken over Willamina High School for the week before we had been there.
Okay.
So they were saying, it's hard to get anything done.
Yeah, really. I can imagine. But still, it's so wonderful. So then at the end, I guess the kids take their projects home?
Yes,
Well, except for the ones that we buy.
Right.
Okay.
We try to keep a collection of student art, and so each board member goes around and looks at everything that's displayed, and we offer them $15 cash for it. And some of them are very happy to sell it to us for that amount, and others are not. They're going to take theirs home.
Very reluctant.
Or they say,
They
well, if
wanna
you can
hang
make
on
it 50.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we had
Well,
a
and
little girl that ran up to me one day. We had put a bid on her piece, and she said, "My dad says I can't sell it." And I looked at her and I said, "Really? How much is he offering?" And she just, the light bulb just went off in her head, and she ran off. I didn't see her again, so we must have had to
And
offer
this
better.
year, we are really thrilled because we have been asked to have a show of that permanent collection that Joey's talking about, and that will be at the Capitol building.
Oh.
And that starts on August 3rd and will go through the week and it's for Youth Art Appreciation Week. So the Art Conspiracy is going to be, from Yamhill County, is going to be featured in the state.
Wow. It's a road
In the
show.
Capitol, yes.
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's nomadic. We move around, so it makes perfect sense that we should be able to take our show on the road and put it up in different places.
Now, what are the ages of the kids who participate in the program?
9 to 17
Okay.
for the
Or
most part.
9 to 18.
18. Oh, this year we only had up to 17.
So like 4th grade through high school?
Yeah.
Yes, 3rd grade, it depends on
It depends on
By the
the
time
child.
they hit 14 years old, they're getting interested in being interns. And the intern program is a very good program.
Right.
Sure.
They get to work with the artists,
Yes.
they get to work with the administration, and they get to work with the kids, which is really beneficial, I think, for a lot of those.
Yes, and hopefully they get a real taste for volunteerism in the arts.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
being a camp counselor without actually having to chase any bears, right?
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
some of the
there's
kids,
bears.
but we did all right this year. I think I think it was smoother than last year. Just
Right.
disciplinary-wise, with kids being a little bit more respectful and recognizing that they're at a camp and they need to be respectful of the building and each other and the teachers.
This is a
and-
privilege.
So we teach them a
Right.
little bit of just about being, kind to each other and then the arts on top of that. So I think it's a pretty good mix.
That's great. Well, I really want to thank you ladies for coming in today. And I know that we didn't talk a lot about the images as they flew by on the screen, but our viewers will get the chance to see what you do and how it all looks. And so thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.